What's up? My name is Shamil Gary. This is Shamil Speaks. And it is 2:09 in the morning, a.m. And man, I was about to create a video and about, honestly, something I really don't even care about. I was just going to create a video just to put up. But is that really doing service to who I am and to my page? Because honestly, I get caught up in, this is me being vulnerable, I get caught up in trying to post stuff to get subscribers. But at the end of the day, if I have one, if I have a million, I want everything I do to be authentic. I want everything to do to be truly who I am. And I just want to be vulnerable to the day I die. Because part of my life, I walked around with a mask on, smiling, and that wasn't really who I was. I would be like a chameleon, be able to blend in into different groups instead of being me, each group that I was in. And when I go speak at schools, I see the same thing happening. And I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that if everybody was vulnerable, they would become stronger and they would be happier with their life and with who they are. Because a lot of times we like to hide our scars. We like to hide our mistakes. We like to act like we're perfect and we listen to other people's opinions, and we allow those opinions to have control over us. And this kind of reminds me of like 8 Mile. We gotta take the control back, because at the end, you know, when it was time for the rap battle, if he didn't own who he was, he would have got slaughtered. But he said, man, yeah, I grew up in a trailer park. Yeah, you took my girl. Yeah, my best friend shot himself. Yeah, I got jumped and got beat up. But then when it was the next guy's turn, he had nothing to say. Because at the end of the day, Eminem, he owned who he was. He was vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, it doesn't matter what nobody else says to you. You're okay with who you are. You're okay with the scars. You're okay with the mistakes. You're okay with the success. You won't ever downplay your success because it is you. And I know I downplay my success because I felt like I needed to keep getting higher to prove people wrong. That's not the right thing to do. And so from now on my page, I'm about to post things that I really care about. I'm not going to post how to make a grilled cheese sandwich, even though I do love a grilled cheese sandwich. So this one is going to be different. It might just be a black screen with me talking. And I'm okay with that. If this gets one view, cool. If it gets 10 million views, cool. But I'm gonna be truly Shamil, with no mask, no hiding. This is me. This is who I am. This is my life. And I want to read to you guys. I like to write. I want to read to you guys a blog that I did last year. And it's about somebody very special to me. It's my beautiful baby girl, my daughter. Man, God bless me much more than I deserve with her. And so it's called The Joy of Being a Father. And before I keep going and talking about vulnerability, that's why I'm coming out with a shirt that says addicted to me. And a lot of times we become addicted to other people's opinions and how they feel about us. But instead of being addicted to drugs and alcohol and other people's opinions, how about we start being addicted to who we are and be vulnerable with ourselves and own the little scars that we may have, the mistakes, the success. Be happy with your smile. Be happy with who God made you to be. So every day I'm addicted to myself because, man, I'm so happy that God blessed me with my life and nobody else's life. And So the blog I'm about to read is called The Joy of Being a Father. And it goes, the joy of being a father is a feeling second to none. My baby girl popped on the scene and stole my heart from the moment I first laid eyes on her. It was like a movie, you know, where the characters see each other and it is love at first sight. I watched the doctors put the needles in her chunky thighs. As they went in, I cringed as if the needles were piercing my own body. In that moment, I knew I would do everything in my power to protect her from any hurt, harm, or danger. The joy of being a father is like jumping out of a plane. Right before you jump, you're full of mixed emotions. You're excited, you have fear, and anxiety overwhelms you. But as soon as your feet touch that ground, or in this case, your baby is born, you experience the fullness of joy. After they pulled the needles from her body and I took a breath, the nurses carted her off to make sure she was healthy. For a brief moment, she was gone, and all I could think was, God has blessed me more than I deserve with her. I was left smiling from ear to ear. You could have put lemon juice on my tongue, and my lips wouldn't have wavered. Especially when she came back into the room from her trek. It felt like she was gone for an eternity. I got in the hospital bed and pulled her close to my chest as she slept peacefully. I could feel her little heartbeat on mine. It was like a symphony playing a million tunes, and I couldn't stop listening. The thoughts running through my mind seemed to beat at that same pace of the music she was creating. Thoughts like, I'm so glad she didn't get my hair. How would she sound when she speaks? Would she be a daddy's girl? As the symphony slowed and my eyelids began to close, I knew I wanted to do a couple things for sure. I determined in my heart that I would be her biggest supporter in everything she does. That I would take her on a first date and show her how a man should treat her. That I would love her with discipline and grace the way God loves us. My eyelids won the dance battle and I fell asleep with her on my chest. Yes, may not be the safest thing to do with a newborn baby, but hey, she's alive and kicking. The joy of being a father is like well-seasoned food. Eating food any other way isn't right. When I left her that morning to go back to Oklahoma State for practice, I realized my day was missing that seasoning that brought it flavor. I had a new why. God chose me to be her father. He entrusted me with a beautiful life that is innocent and precious. Every day, I wake up knowing that God chose me to provide, teach, love, and be an example that is reflecting His image. She became motivation for me to work as hard as I can to succeed in my career and be the best version of myself. This newfound motivation helped me finish my time at OSU and begin my NFL journey with a fiery passion. She taught me to cherish every little moment, like the moment she wouldn't stop crying, or the moment when she exploded in her diaper and I needed a face mask to cover my nose. Don't roll your eyes. I have bad gag reflex. The joy of being a father is like having a little teacher for every moment. God uses her to teach me so many lessons. He knew that within that first year of life, I would encounter more moments of happiness and sorrow than I could have ever expected. My mom was diagnosed with cancer. I got cut from my first team. I moved from Boston to Dallas to Nebraska to Chicago. Yet through all these adversities, she always brought me joy. I'm so lucky to be her father, to see her crawl, to see her say dada, to watch her take her first steps, and so much more. When life begins to heat up, the joy of being a father is like water that cools me off. I wasn't able to be with her on her first birthday, and it broke my heart. This continued for the next 2 years, which is why I'm so thankful for the people who had the brilliant idea of creating FaceTime. It allowed me to be there for those special moments, so I'm thankful. The saying that time flies is an understatement when it comes to her. It feels as if moments we have together race by like the Flash. I can't even see where they went. The terrible twos never came. And now she's on to the sassy threes. She is already playing soccer. And when I watch her kick the ball around, I realize 3 things. I need to get a baseball bat. It's been 3 years, and she still brings me the same unwavering smile to my face that she did when she was born. It is such a joy to be a father. She will always be daddy's little girl. And to all the fathers out there, your child is second to none. They will bring you fullness of joy. When your life seems dull, your child will bring you the right flavor that you need in each moment, and they will teach you as many lessons as you're open to learning. The joy of being a father. And man, I'm definitely not the perfect father. And maybe I get on her too much, and maybe I'm a bad example at times. But one thing I will always do is show unconditional love. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with making mistakes. But I will always be vulnerable with her. I will always grow, and I will always cherish the moments we have together. Man, I'm addicted to me. And that's my life that God has blessed me with. Start becoming addicted to who God has called you to be. Thank you.